Good afternoon, everyone. I hope the sunshine that had been touching this afternoon has in some way touched your heart and spirit as well in some real way today. As we come to the end of 1 week and take a big breath for facing into this next week, which has in it the first of our big holidays in pandemic mode. Before anything else, I want to say how good it is to be back in my post this week after the 2-week break I had. On Monday evening, when I found myself wondering if I remembered how to do this work, it occurred to me that that was a sign that I had indeed disengaged for a time, and that is good. Jerry and I were able to enjoy some days with our daughter-in-law and grandchildren who traveled up from Virginia. He and I did a couple of day trip jaunts, and I did a fair amount of lazy relaxing. I am really grateful to the rest of the team, to the board, and to all of you for blessing my taking some of my personal days and some vacation days for this chance to recalibrate and reorient. Just in time for the Thanksgiving and Advent Christmas seasons.
On the church calendar in these immediate days are two things we want to call your attention to. First, this Sunday, 10 minutes after the conclusion of the worship service, will be our first ever congregational Zoom meeting. This is our usual fall congregational business meeting, just taking a new look this year. For details about the meeting and how to join it, either by phone or by video, see the newsletter.
And second, on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, we invite you to tune in to Facebook or YouTube, just as you do on Sunday mornings, for a short Thanksgiving Eve service. There will be music and scripture, readings, and prayer, with a few moments for some silent guided reflection. We look forward to being with you in that way as we approach Thanksgiving Day.
This afternoon, as I was preparing for our greeting to you, I realized my heart was not entirely at peace. And I think that has a lot to do with the unsettledness I feel in our current climate, with COVID numbers rising, with many more people among our own families and acquaintances now being infected by the virus, and with the deep call of all the traditions we have around these important upcoming times of celebration, which this year have to take on a different form if we are to help keep each other safe and healthy. In the weeks ahead, many of us will feel the losses of this pandemic season even more deeply than we have till now.
These longings we have for what we cannot have now in its fullness are so important for us to notice and hold on to, because the longing itself helps us be in touch with what we love and what is really meaningful to us. Such longing really is God's Spirit moving in our hearts, drawing us towards that which brings joy and healing and goodness among us. So let's help each other name the losses and stay in the longings, which will help to carry us forward into the life God longs for us to have.
In some ways, the losses and the longings prod us toward the possibility of freedom to create something new and different. It gives us a chance to think about, why do we celebrate Thanksgiving anyway? And when our traditions are taken away, what's left? My household is struggling with that this year. We won't be traveling to Indiana to be with my family, and we will only spend a short time outdoors with Philip's family. So I'm thinking about what rituals or activities will make Thanksgiving a special day for the three of us here in Souderton. In the newsletter, you'll see a link to a short one-page handout with some of the readings and scriptures and songs that Beth and Dorcas and I have found. Feel free to check it out if you're looking for new ways to mark the day. Use it in its entirety or pick and choose what's meaningful for you.
Each of us is finding our way through this combination of grief and possibility. For Jerry and me, it has looked like talking with our family by Zoom about the possibility of a virtual Thanksgiving where maybe we would prepare similar foods and eat at the same time and be on Zoom as we eat. Though we've also been talking about a driveway Thanksgiving for those of us that are within easier travel distance around the fire pit that we have, and still working out the details of what that might look like. And then there's the forecast of possible rain. So we don't know. And that's all part of the unsettledness and the lack of peace, perhaps, that I'm feeling.
In my family, with our 3 separate households, children and grandchildren, we are planning to prepare a Thanksgiving meal that then we'll share by taking that food to each other's households. We plan to eat separately in our own homes, and then if weather permits, perhaps we'll be able to be outside together in the afternoon, maybe playing, maybe build a fire and have some hot drinks around the fire. We'll see if that happens or not. And so yesterday, my granddaughter wanted to know, so Grandma, are you making 3 turkeys or 1 turkey? And the answer is 1 turkey for us to share. I have been grateful to hear the way that different families have been talking about how to do this Thanksgiving this year so that everybody can stay safe, and giving each other permission not to be together, releasing each other from that expectation. It's a way that we can care for each other and love each other and know that that day will come when we can be together again in celebration.
Our prayer is that all in our community might be able to have the space needed both to grieve what is lost this year and to truly celebrate and be grateful for what we do have. May our struggles open us to the stories of others. May the constraints of this year move us to create new memories and new ways. Join us now in this prayer from the Corrymeela community.
God of each breath, God of this next breath, may the moment we're in be a moment now filled with reassurance and grace.
With kindness and patience for ourselves and for others. May it be marked by hope and compassion, by learning and unlearning.
May it be a moment unencumbered by mistakes we've made or results we fear. May it be a moment of peace and renewal, a breath of new life. Dear friends, may the breath of God grant you just what you need moment by moment in these days, and peace be with you.